My name is Jenny and I come from Bulgaria.
And my name is Frédéric and I come from France. We arrived in July last year.
Our project takes place in Växjö, which is a town in southern Sweden. But we live in a small village called Grimslöv, together with 9 other volunteers. We live in a campus of Grimslöv Folkhögskola, together with many other students.
So we work in an organization called Nätverket SIP here in Växjö.
Welcome to Nätverket SIP!
If I told you things I did before, told you how I used to be, would you go along with someone like me? If you knew my story word for word, had all of my history, would you go along with someone like me?
What is Nätverket SIP?
Yeah, what is Nätverket SIP? Can you tell me more about Nätverket SIP?
Well, it's difficult to explain what Nätverket SIP exactly is because it's such a big organization. It's not just one project, it's like an umbrella with many different projects taking place. So, for example, besides our project, we have Globala Kronoberi, which is a project focused on international activities. We have Potalom Sex, which is about sex education in schools. We also have, yes, and we have Pomina Vilkor, which is about democracy.
And there is our project.
Funkibator. Funkibator.
I'm waiting for your call and for the move.
So Funkibator is a project dealing with disability. Its aim is to improve accessibility for people which have some kind of disability here in Växjö and in the whole of Kronoberg. It works and cooperates with many other organizations, can be private or public ones like the municipality or private persons or all kinds of people.
And it's a very evolving project because it relies on the ideas people bring to the workplace. You can just come with your idea and we will do our best to make it real, in fact. It's all about inspiration and participation.
Yes, and people having ideas which they can put into practice with our help.
In Funkibator we have had many different tasks. Some were more important than others, but they were all really interesting and really exciting.
And can you remember the first tasks we had after we arrived?
I remember that the first few weeks we had a lot of meetings with people linked to Funkibator. Yeah, it was not really meetings, it was more fika. It was all about building our network because we needed to know a lot of people to be more efficient, in fact.
And it's all people who have disability and who have a relationship with Funkibator in one way or another.
Yeah. And we also tried different exercises linked to disability, like being blindfolded and walking with a cane.
Yes, in the city. We also participated in wheelchair handball, which was very difficult and we were exhausted after just 1 hour.
Yeah, they were all going so quickly and
they were little kids compared to us.
And we also went through the city with a wheelchair and it was not so easy.
No. Another task was distributing flyers.
Yeah.
About the Funkibator shop.
We also organized events or activities.
Yes.
Like the badminton activity for 2 girls who have physical disability.
I organized Tandem, which was an evening about languages and different cultures.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Yes.
And
else?
we organized workshops and games for the
Summer camp.
for the summer camp. And we
Let's
are,
Agning.
yeah, the Let's Agning. There is this service in Funkibator which is called Let's Agning, and it's assisting people with disability for a short period of time, like to go to a concert, which you did,
Or to go shopping if they need help or
which I did,
yes.
and
What else?
we made videos, and
And we are still working on a short film about a woman who has MS.
also we often write text for the blog, like all the volunteers in SIP. And
And it's text about our experience in Sweden related to our project or something that we want to share with others. And just to promote EVS and volunteering.
And we have also been part of different activities that were not directly linked to our project, but they took place in our organization. So, like the Kulturnatten.
Yes, it was a cultural event in Växjö and also in Nätverket SIP. We opened the doors and we invited people to come and to see what we have prepared for them, which was
Played with them.
yes, an interesting game.
Yeah. And we also participated in workshops organized by other volunteers, like the photojournalism workshop. It was really interesting. It was really fun.
Yes, it was nice to learn about taking photos with a professional camera and also
How to write good articles.
yes, reports and reportages and things like that.
And we are also planning an international youth fair in the coming month.
Yes, the topic is volunteering and the goal is to get more people involved in volunteering and to go on EVS abroad.
Yeah.
On the floor of Tokyo, or down in London to go, with a record selection, with a mirror reflection. I'm dancing with myself when there's no one else inside. In a crowded, lonely night, well, I waited so long for my love vibration, and I'm dancing with myself. I'm dancing with
A bit more about the people we work with. We have our supervisors Stefan and Pia. We also have Andreas and Miralema, which are people that we work with in our project.
And we also have Joanna and Camila, and they take care of all the volunteers. We know that if we have a problem, we can go to them and they will help us in any way they can.
And yes, and we also have mentors.
Yeah, my mentor's name is Tasio. He's half Swedish, half Spanish.
And Karin is my mentor. She is a journalist and she used to work for Swedish television.
Hello, my love. It's getting cold on this island. I'm sad alone. I'm so sad on my own.
So, what do you remember from your first weeks in Växjö?
I must say I don't remember so much from the beginning because it was quite a long time ago now, and I just remember that I was a bit scared because I had no idea what was going to happen, and you are in a different country, you know no one. It was also really exciting, you know, it's really full of possibilities. So, and you remember something?
Yes, I remember coming to Grimslöv. I felt it was the middle of nowhere because it was summertime and people were on vacation. I also remember that we met the other volunteers, the previous volunteers from
Yes.
SIP, and it was nice because they showed us around the place, they explained lots of things, gave us useful advice. What about the most challenging thing that you have experienced so
Oh,
far?
yeah, the most challenging. Shooting and editing the movie about Yeni was really hard and is still really hard because we are still in the process. But I know nothing about that stuff, so it's like I'm learning by doing.
Yes, we took a jump into the unknown
Yeah.
with this film,
And also learning Swedish was
Mm.
like a big challenge.
especially in the beginning.
Yeah, because we arrived and our courses didn't start right away.
No.
They started like 2 months after we arrived. And our supervisors really pushed us to learn Swedish. But in a way, I feel that it blocked me to be pushed so much. What was your most interesting experience?
Well, most interesting was, I think, meeting all the volunteers from all those countries
Yeah.
and getting to know them. And also the most challenging was living in the Folkhögskola, which is a school environment. Although it's a bit different, it's relaxed and it's unique in Sweden. I like the atmosphere, but in the beginning it was difficult to adapt.
But for me, what I really like, what I find the most interesting it's all the activities we have done where we can be in contact with people, like the cultural events and international fika and everything like this, because you really see the people and you really see who you are doing this for, and so I really like this part. We have worked as a pair from the beginning.
Yes, on the same project. We have started to develop in a different direction. For example, now I'm working more with Globala Kronoberg and the international projects. Also, I'm doing research, which is something that I used to do before coming to Sweden, so I can use my skills in this field. And you?
I will be working more on a project. It's about cultural accessibility for people with disability in Kronoberg land. So it's a 2-year project. I will see just the beginning of it, but it's really nice to see how a project starts and how it can be developed and everything. So I think it's going to be really interesting.